And with that, we are good to go. Okay. We're live. Looks like everything's working just fine. There we go. Okay, let's see. We are on cycle 4, day 1. So we just ended the last drought. Looks like we have part of this complete. We still need to get some, what are they called? The floodgates. We have them unlocked. We have not placed them down yet. Man, we have a lot of trees. Overall, wood is fantastic. We're actually maxed out on wood. That is pretty sweet. We are collecting some scrap metal over here. We have worked our way up. And let's unpause this. And now there should be some water. Look at that. That's so cool. We got water. We have the floodgates. And we have our first viewer. Welcome to the stream. This is the first time that I have witnessed an ancient aquifer drill work. So we're going to let this fill up and just go from there. I think food was what I wanted to focus on in the last episode because we really want to get our beaver population up. We have 7 of these breeding pods right now because we really want to get the beaver population up. We have some of these. We have 3 homeless beavers though. They are currently working on building the barracks. And we can keep planting some of these pine trees. And we can also unmark these to be chopped down. Since we have plenty of trees over here, and then we're chopping down some of these trees. And we have plenty of leftovers. Plenty of trees saved up, and the water is flowing. So let's see how far this goes. That should go all the way over here. It's going to be a lot of green space. And then that'll hit this. Make its way all the way over here. It'd be cool to dam this up. Have a good amount of green space overall. Now we have lots of things that we're working on building at the moment. I think maybe we actually got through a lot of them. We have these houses, and then we have some storage that we're setting up over here. This is currently paused. We have 1 vacant job. If I remember correctly, we had 5 jobs that were lowest on the priority list. Let's go through. Water pumps are highest. District center is normal. Farmhouse, high and normal. Sand fermenter and fluid dump. Foresters are high. Gather a flag. And then when we get to lumberjack flag, we have 2 that are lower. 2 scavenger flags that are lower, but that's it. So we really only have 4 jobs that are lower on the priority list, which is totally fine. That should be good. We have a lot of planks, some gears, good amount of wood, scrap metal. We are just starting to save up some metal blocks. And the metal blocks are going to be important coming up soon. Oh yeah, we wanted to get some irrigation barriers. That requires treated planks. And to get treated planks we need... we don't need metal. We just need planks and pine resin. And we don't have any pine resin yet. We are working on it. We have some trees over here. I already marked those to not get chopped down. We need to get rid of this tree. But we can slowly start removing some of these birch trees and then get some pines down and get even more pine resin from them. As you can see, we have plenty of trees over here. Plus we have the mangrove trees, which are producing fruit. And then some of them are producing wood for us. For now, I think we can unmark these to be chopped down, since we have plenty of oak trees that are much more efficient at producing wood, because these only give us 2 wood every 10 days versus 8 wood every 30 days. So clearly more efficient. We'll stick with these trees. We are going through scrap metal kind of quickly. The next closest one is over here, and that's actually not too far away. I think we should get a path going over here. We have stairs unlocked, so we can start by getting a few placed down and have them go all the way over there. Let's see what we have on the priority list. Looks like the houses are a little bit lower. We have 3 homeless beavers. I want to get this constructed. And then we probably need to get... since we have a hauling post, probably want to get another builder's hut. That is 100 science. We have 266. I think we should get that and place it down, and then we'll high prioritize it. We only need to have 2 of those jobs for now, since we have basically 2 to spare. And so we can leave that. Ooh, we are very thirsty. Uh-oh. Forgot to unpause those. Let's speed things up a little bit. And then we probably need to pause a couple jobs. We'll reduce the haulers by 2. And then we'll let the beavers pump some water, get their fill. And we're doing good on water pumpers. We have 4 of them. We might have been actually, well, I think we were low considering we just ran out of water and it was partway through day 2. And I don't think it was a very long drought last time, which means that we should probably, ooh, that's funky. A little bit of weird fluid mechanics going on. I think that I was going to have this set to sluice instead of the floodgate. That way I don't have to worry about manually doing it. And that requires metal blocks and 400 science. We are getting close to that. 230. So we'll just wait, I guess, a little bit on that. 2 buoys. I wanted to get those, but we're a ways off from that, I think. But I do think we should focus on getting some more water pumpers. And where should I put them? That is the real question. I think we should remove this small little one. We can unmark these for being planted, and then do the same for one more, and then mark them to be chopped down, and mark them to be demolished. Looks like they can reach all them, so they'll get those when they can, or they'll chop it down. Yeah, this guy should be able to reach those. And then we have 2 foresters. This guy is not doing anything at the moment. I think blueberries, we were thinking about those. We're doing good right now. This guy's not doing anything, so let's plant some blueberries. Not a whole lot, but we'll have some planted. And over here, we're not using this space at the moment. Coffee bush. What does coffee require? Treated planks and metal blocks. What's the bonus for that? Is that even worth it? Coffee. Oh, we can't see in there. We have to look at the beavers themselves. So coffee, that is +3. That's actually really good. That might be worth planting some coffee beans over here. Let's do that. Do some right there. These guys are sitting around. We can pause one of them since we have a lot of logs. Oh my gosh, we have so many beavers sitting around. Let's pause another one. Bump that up to 10. And then pause one more. And then unpause this. So now we have those 4 vacant jobs. Totally fine. Hello, Jay Sean. Welcome to the stream. First person in the chat. I remember you at during the last stream. But it is Saturday evening where I'm at. This guy chopped down all the trees that he could, but we should add that one, and then also we'll probably need to move him so we can get these last 2 and connect that in. Ooh, it looks like they removed the what do we call it? Like the relic, something like that. There should be other relics on the map. Not seeing any though. Seeing some geothermal events, but that's about it. Well, pretty sure it was a relic. You've made most of them. Hello, we got El Trollo. Welcome to the stream. You have not. Gonna need bad water diversion at the pump. Yes. So what I'm thinking is get the sluices down, because those we can just have them set to close. And actually we have enough. And we have metal blocks. So we can get those and then set them to change it to close below contamination, or no, close above contamination, and we'll set that at 2%. Which beavers you recommend to try the new patch? I don't think that there's any updates that are geared more towards the Folktails or the Iron Teeth. I personally like to switch between the two because, you know, they offer a unique experience for each of them. I do like the tube ways a bit more than the zip lines in some ways, but the zip lines are also very fun that you can do kind of, I mean, like they're both 3D, but the zip lines you can go diagonally, which is pretty cool. The water pump. Bad water diversion at the pump. Oh, you mean Do you mean up here at the ancient aquifer drill? Or are you talking about down where we have the water seep? Oh, really? It comes out of here even if you shut it off? That? Well, I don't like that. It's good to know, though. Huh. Yeah, it seems like it'd be too easy if you could just turn the power off. Well, let's see. How do we want to deal with that then? Because the bad water has to flow through there. Oh man. Really what I would like to do is build basically a tall box and then have an aqueduct go over and then just like shove the bad water into here since this is already spawning bad water. Unfortunately that is going to be very expensive. So for now I guess we'll just not plant crops up here. And then we can get some irrigation barriers along the backside. We'll need to rearrange the paths a little bit, which should actually be totally doable. If we just do that and then go like this, we can remove these two for now, and then we'll be able to place down the irrigation barriers along here. That way the bad water isn't impacting these trees. You say to dynamite a channel. That is definitely an option. Yeah, it would be cool to utilize the green space. We could get some sluices placed down here and then have it only allow water in. So then during the bad tide, it would, not let any bad water through here. We'd probably want to go downstream and then have some sort of... We could either do floodgates or a sluice also, but probably it would have to be floodgates. Because we want to get the water level to back up, but not the bad water level to back up. We gotta plant some more trees over here. We are slowly building up how many pine trees we have. We have 2 beavers who need a job. We have 8 children. Yeah, looks like we have plenty of houses. Let's unpause this farmhouse. We also have some more of these lumberjack flags we can unpause. But yeah, El Trollo, to answer your question about which one I recommend, it's kind of up to you. It's not really an answer, but yeah, I like to go back and forth. So if there's one you have a preference towards, why not go with that? Depends on what map you're playing also. I'm not sure which one would make more sense for this. Could be the folk tales because you could zipline across these ravines versus having to try and build like bridges and overhangs across them. Might be a little bit easier to do that. But we do want to get some more water pumping capacity. We can fit 900 water, but I think we want to get some more storage. So we can build one right here. And I can utilize the copy tool, but I always forget that. Duplicate. Yeah. I have to try to remember that for the future. And then we do want to work towards getting the wood workshop going. That's 800 science, so that is it is a decent amount of science, unfortunately. But we're almost halfway there. You're going with the zip lines? I like it, El Trollo. Yeah, I've been playing on the Road to 1000 Beaver series a bit, and you know, that one I'm using the Folk Tales. And it's fun. I do like, you know, there's, like I said, pros and cons. I feel like some of their power can be a little bit more interesting because they have the normal water reel size, plus they have the windmills. But engines are pretty good. Steam engines, that has been nice. I mean, it's powering both of these buildings right now. I think this one is almost maxed out. No, only supplying 400, 245 demand. If we unpause this, that would get to 320, so we'd have like 75 more. And then this is only 50. We could really add some more fermenters over here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. We have the engine up here. Seven babies. Looks like one to screw up. Bad water source in 4 days. Where's that going to lead? Starts there and then fills this up, but we'll go this way and leave. So that one's not going to impact us. But what is going to impact us is the lack of scrap metal. And it looks like we did make our way over here, so we can add a couple scavenger flags. And we'll just leave it at 2 for now. And then I have everything set up so we can place down some platforms and then get one more water pump placed over here. And we'll flip that. Two-way station, 300% speed. Yes, they are definitely faster. And I think zip lines, it's plus 200? Plus 150? It might be 150. So they're not as fast, but you know, we think about they can basically be the hypotenuse and they can go vertical. So they're a little bit more efficient that way. But it is pretty nice having them go, you know, 400% the speed they normally do. So we're getting a lot of water pumped out of here. Another, oh, this is the same bad water source. Okay. Nothing to fret about. How are we doing on food? I've not been paying attention to that. We have 594. We have a lot of canola seed. We have some soybeans. We have nothing to process those. Yeah, soybeans, canola seeds, and corn. Well, not quite corn, but these two we're maxed out on. We need to get an oil press and another fermenter if we want to use the soybeans. I know that we want to get the treated planks going. That's 800 science. That is a big investment. 444. What do I require for this? It's only 120. I think that's worth it. How much power is that? 50 HP. Ooh, we could fit both of these if we unlock this. Fit both of them over here. So let's rotate this, and then that should fit perfectly. We don't need this at the moment. Should I leave it though? I think we'll want to leave it. And then we can add another fermenter. And then we could have some buildings on the side maybe. Or go like this. I think we want to go here. I think this will be a little bit better fit. Have this one set to fermented soybeans. This one made... Did they build that immediately? Looks like they did. We have 7 vacant jobs, so we need to do a little bit of rearranging. And that is prioritized. Let's pause one of these scavenger flags. What else can we pause? Trees, we're doing great. Wood is fantastic. That is already lower. That guy is working. I think we can pause the forester for now. We can. Well, we're down to 3 vacant jobs, so that's fine. Number cruncher. Yes, that would be great for getting science. This is 400. Number cruncher is in science. 1.5 thousand. That's a pretty penny. And it's 500 HP. I feel like up here would be a good spot for it, because it's out of the way. We don't really need it to be, you know, close. We have some extra HP up here, so when we unlock this, we can place it right up top and just get a second engine next to it. So what I'm going to do... How are we doing on everything else? I'm going to get another engine preemptively placed since we have all the resources we need. And then let's do the measurements because it is 4 wide. And then that was not 4. I can count. And then there we go. So it'll fit right there. This will be lowest priority because we don't really need to build it yet because we're a ways away from getting the science in order to unlock the number cruncher. We are doing good on water. We're at 750-ish. And we've only been pumping for about 7 days since we didn't start until I think near the end of day 2. So we're doing pretty good, I'd say. Do we really have not many kohlrabi? 150. We have some mangrove fruits. Fermented cassavas, we are doing great on those. Looks like we are starting the process of getting soybeans. We should probably get some storage for this guy. And then we have the coffee bushes that we planted over here. And they're going to be a little bit, they're actually not too far away. But we won't be able to get to that for a minute since 500 signs for the coffee brewery. And I feel like we should get the number cruncher before we get this. So yeah, we have this to deal with. Unfortunately, my solution that I want to do, and I probably will end up doing, is one that is very science intense and resource intense, since I want to use the overhangs to go over this. We have one gear now. They're probably putting all the gears into this. Yeah, 25 gears here. We should prioritize this by haulers. And then I think we're probably good on that for now. Doing really good on planks. We only have one lumber mill going. Bears are doing okay. We have 109. This guy, he's doing his best. He's picking everything. We're gonna probably need another one of these. In fact, let's get one more place down. This guy will focus on berries. This guy will focus on mangrove fruits. And then we have some fun activities. I really should hold off on some of these till we get the number cruncher. We can always get more rooftop terraces. Yeah, how are the beavers doing in terms of well-being? We have... Looks like most of them are getting all that. But yeah, I want to start unlocking a lot of stuff. So that number cruncher is definitely something we should save up for. Looks like food's going up a little bit. We have some fermented soybeans. This guy is sitting around. We don't really want him to do that. What are some things that we can have the beavers work on? I think for now we should get some rooftop terraces, even if... Oh, they need to be fully on? Well, did not know that. We can put one down there for now, and then we can do that, and that'll give us some room to expand into that as we get more beavers. We're on day 11. We are getting close. I imagine probably tomorrow we'll have an announcement of an event coming up. Hopefully it is a or not a bad tide. A dry season. That'd be preferred. How's the house coming? It's coming along pretty good. For those of you who don't know, my wife and I bought a house, and we've been fixing it up. We are putting in the carpet right now. We have some of it installed. We just need to get a couple more rooms finished. And we did start moving boxes over. So that has been exciting. So yeah, making good progress. End of this month we will be fully moved in there. One vacant job. Can unpause some of these. Give me just one moment, folks. We could probably unpause this guy. We have 1,000 water. Sorry, I got distracted. We are back though. My mom wanted something. Still no event that's been announced. That's not bad. More wet season. We're doing good on water, just under 1,000. So we can keep saving some up. This will be a longer drought though, if it's a drought. And how is it not a drought yet? But I guess we'll just keep saving up. 670. I think that we should just get that number cruncher placed on right here. So we'll just basically wait on doing anything with science until then. We can get a pine tree or a few pine trees placed down. We can unmark all of these to be chopped down since we still have a bucket of trees. But I think we should probably save up some wood while we have extra and let them grow. Ooh, we have some pine resin. And unfortunately, it's 500 science for the tapper shack. But we should get some more piles placed down. We'll just start with one for now. And I forgot the copy tool. But we have beavers sitting around. So let's think about, what do we need to build? Is there anything that we should build right now? We want to minimize using science. So it would be something with these. We could go platforms. What we could do, let's start laying the groundwork for the diversion system that I want. Which I have no idea if this will work or not. But what I would like to do, if we remove this first. Let's see, so we'd want to place irrigation barriers here. We might need some overhangs for the path. Or we don't even, well, yeah, we need the path for this. So I guess for now we will move the path backwards to where I had it before, and then down the road And we probably don't want this to be a platform, we want this to be a levee. And then I think I'll want the same over here. So we have to remove this temporarily. And it looks like we do have a drought finally. I'll need a lot of wood for bad water diversion if I want to build the aqueduct. We're on the same page, you and me. Yeah, this is going to be pretty resource intense. We have 500 wood, but now they should be chopping down some more and trying to fill this up. And they're filling it up fast. Got some coffee bushes that are growing up. Now they're, slowly producing some coffee beans. We could get some coffee bean storage. Let's do this. We're going to remove these two. No, we're going to remove these two. Oh, no. Wait. Hold up. Unmark. Okay. And then we'll go up here. Wait a second. This might not work. So I want to go up and then sideways. So we can go to a second level here and then up again. But we need an overhang to do that. Or we would need to remove these. Dang it. Okay, let's remove these. And then we'll go like this. We'll have more storage up here. And then maybe we do some trees. Or I guess logs. They're almost done with that. We're doing great on water. Looks like we are pretty much maxed out. So we should fill this up next day or two. And then food, looks like we're doing decent. We're not going up in kohlrabi a whole lot. We probably need another farmhouse. So let's remove these. Because we have so many mangrove trees. And then we'll place down some platforms, and then we'll get another farmhouse up here. Or down here. We can add this, and so this will be coffee beans. And then we'll just get that last staircase over here. Ooh, and then we can connect this in. Looks like we have a few more people who joined the stream. Jason Jazz, welcome. What all did you guys get up to on a lovely Saturday like today? I personally went with a friend and a couple coworkers and did a 5K, which I did not train for at all, but ended up doing not too bad. Not as good as I did when I was in high school, but it was just under 24 minutes, which for me is a huge accomplishment. I think the winner of the 5K ran it in like 15 or 16 minutes, so significantly faster, but they probably trained for it. You're at work, Jason? It's not quite as fun of a Saturday, but gotta do what you gotta do. They're filling this up. We have a beaver who needs a job. We can fix that. We can add this back in. Okay, our beaver population is still going up. We have 8 children. We need to make sure we have stuff for them to do. 902. Oh, I know what we can do. We need to add some more inventor's huts. We can put... Let's do 2 more right over here. Bills don't pay themselves. Amen. And it's a relatively nice slow day. Well, that's good. What industry are you in? Or what type of job do you have? So yeah, weekend shifts can sometimes be a little bit more intense than just like a normal 9 to 5. This should help us with our science dilemma, I guess. 0.7 days. Look at that. We are doing fantastic on water. We are... Yeah, we're pretty much maxed out. Looks like we have a few more people joining the stream. If you're new to the stream, if you have not been here before, we are playing through the new Timberborn update. We're utilizing all the features that we can. We have the geothermal power, which is the thumbnail for today's video, and we're going to be utilizing this one for sure. Once we get the number cruncher going, then we'll get a treated plank factory, which is a wood workshop. And then we're also utilizing this ancient aquifer drill. But Timberborn's latest update has been... I've been enjoying it so far. I don't think it's been a game changer like some of the previous ones, but... I mean, who doesn't enjoy a Timberborn update, you know? The beavers, they went through quite a bit of water. Basically 100. You know what we could do? Route started. I guess we should probably prioritize these by haulers. Oh, we need to pause these. We do not want our water supply to run out. Oh, well, this is actually a water seat. Never mind. I was gonna say you can do some cool things if you built like a basically a tall little square and then had the water fill up and then use the sluices to fill this up slowly, but since it's the water seep, it can only go, I think, 0.8 tiles deep. So, kind of avoids the idea that I was thinking anyways. Jason, looks like you haven't gotten around to playing the update yet. Played the changing up map. Oh, you submitted one for the last contest? That's cool. Latest Pokemon game. Yeah, I have not paid attention to the build a map contest a whole lot. Some people are very creative when it comes to, I mean, especially like map design, because you want it to be fun and challenging, but not impossible. So you have to strike a balance between that. Do I have anything that I want on the next update? That's a good question. I think another faction would be awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the Iron Teeth and Folktales have is good variety between the two, but having like a true third one that doesn't require mods, I think would be a lot of fun. And you'd want it to be one that is unique. So, because right now they have the yin and yang of like nature with the Folktales, and then industry with the Iron Teeth. Okay, we have 4 beavers who don't have a job. We gotta get some more inventor sets. We're just gonna place a bucket of those down since we have so much wood. We'll just go right along here. Place 6 down. We'll pause them as needed. Made it over. So Jason, you made your map over the weekend. Didn't think you'd win, but you're glad it's been a fair number of people to download it. Oh, that's cool. So how many people have downloaded your map, and what's it called? Cave beavers? That actually sounds pretty cool. But you have to figure out how can you, like, you'd want it to be something that they can do that is advantageous. Like, maybe they don't need as much dynamite to, like, dig through stuff. Or they don't even need dynamite. That would be something else. But then they'd struggle in some other area to make it a little bit more balanced. Okay, well now we're going up in science. We have 1.2 thousand. We'll hit that 1500 mark soon. You know what we should do? What's this guy? Oh, we don't have fermented soybean storage. Whoopsies. Let's get another warehouse. And then set that to fermented soybeans right there. And then look at this. We'll do... How do we want to do this? We'll do a double. And then we'll get a medium warehouse. And then we can do another one. Just like that. And then we're doing great on fermented cassavas. Still good on mangrove fruits. Guess we can store some more of those. You don't know what else we need to store. Oh, pine resin. We'll store some of that. And then soon we'll be able to get the not wood workshop, what's it, tapper shack. That'll come up soon. So this guy is not producing any water. So let's just pause that for now. We're still pretty much maxed out on wood. But on the bright side, it looks like we have been chopping down some of these trees. We have a lot of trees over here. And honestly, this will be a perfect little spot for the Tapper Shack once we unlock that. Uh-oh. These guys... Oh, okay. They're sitting around because we're maxed out on scrap metal. But we have storage. We can probably get some scrap metal storage over here, since these guys have to walk 1,000,000 miles. So let's fix that. Man, they are just filling up these wood stores really fast. Oh, looks like we're maxed out on planks. One, two, three, four, 5 tiles deep. So realistically, if we did just a normal pile, then we'd have 2 spaces. Oh, but we can utilize... I guess not exactly. Let's place some platforms down right here. Then we can do some storage. We also should probably... Oh, we could make some of these. That's 250 science. I almost just unlocked that. But we do have 1,500 science. And that's what we've been waiting for. Let's get this bad boy unlocked. 1,500. That should help us with our science acquisition. Unpause that. I prioritize this. Did I miss something? Oh. We missed this one little path. Now we're good. Okay, at this point we can just use all the signs that we want to, when we want to, since we have a dozen of these inventor sets going. Then we're also going to get this number cruncher up and running. Fermented cassavas, we're doing fantastic on. In fact, we have so many cassavas that are waiting to be picked. But that's not a problem. What we can do is once we hit 100 or 250 science, we can unlock the large warehouse. We'll switch fermented cassavas from this little one, or the medium one, to the big one. And then we can do some shuffling on resources and we'll restore them. We have more trees that are growing up. We're doing great on wood. I'm very excited about that. Food we're doing pretty good. Water we have plenty of extra, which is very promising because I want to get a hydroponic garden hopefully soon, because this will be a great food source and I really want to get like 4 or 5 of them just because it takes so long for them to, you know, produce mushrooms or algae. Injured beavers. Ooh, we got a lot. I think we have some medical beds. Looks like we have 4. So we're actually perfectly balanced there, but we will want to get some more medical beds soon. We have some stuff for them to do over here, but not a whole lot. Before we focus on that, let's get the warehouse placed down. And then prioritize this. storage. We can get that unlocked. We can have that pointing right here. Actually, we're going to point it not that way. Go right here. Set that to fermented cassavas. And then we'll switch this to fermented soybeans. Yeah. So they'll remove that. They'll put it all in there. Injured beavers, we can put a few more medical beds back here. Especially as we get some more buildings that are a little bit more intense. 5 vacant jobs. We're going to make all of these lowest on the priority list. Oh, you know what I should have done? Just copy settings. So we don't have to listen to the freaking inventor's hut scribble scrabble. See, these quality of life changes, I don't even remember that they implemented them, even though they could be very useful. They're just not quite second nature to me yet. Water dropping. 540, yeah, we're doing fine on that, but yeah, in terms of this, I think what we'd probably want to do is get a fluid dump that we can place in here, and then we'd have someone just always dumping water in here once we have, you know, plenty stored up. I will want to get some more storage, and I will want to get this large tank unlocked and get some of those constructed, because right now we're just, you know, squeezing them in right here. But one thing we can do is get some more water collection up here, and then, you know, more water storage as well. But what I wanted to focus on, okay, 2 things. I want to get some levees placed down over here, but before we do that, let's focus on well-being for the beavers, since we have science now. And I think an easy one to do would be a scratcher. It's only 100 science. Exercise plaza, a little bit more resource intense, but we have a good amount of resources at the moment. This requires power. And the drought is over. Let's unpause these. Copy settings. Yeah. Now we have 8 vacant jobs, so we have 6 from here, and then 4 throughout the other parts of the colony. So we're good on that. I was talking about well-being. Oh, a shower. That would be nice. Have some of those down here, maybe? Okay, we're not even collecting the fruits over here. So these are honestly kind of wasted space a little bit. But what we can do is remove these ones, even though they're really close. It'll be a little bit better for, I think, the beavers. So we can get some double showers set up over here. Place down some platforms, and then we'll get the showers placed down. And that's only 50 science, which we have enough. He just abandoned that? Looked like he was trying to remove it, and then he stopped. Okay, now he's working on it. Double shower. What the heck? He keep working on it and then stopped again? This is weird. bump that up. Okay, so we have those. That'll get their well-being up a little bit. The scratcher is 100 science. That seems pretty easy. Ooh, we can squeeze that in right here. That is perfect. And then I think I want to keep some of this on top open so we can get more houses stacked vertically. But I'll need to get some... Oh, we can use the spiral staircases. That will be great. I can't wait to unlock those. 350 science, we need treated planks though. Wood workshop we should focus on soon. We have a spot for another barracks right there. I think some decorations would go a long way right here. This is within 1 tile. We want some that are within 2. Like this. That's within 3. Let's start with the lantern. That one is pretty easy. I think we'll be able to reach this one, unfortunately. Well, being's up to 12. We're working on it. We're going up a little bit. Little baby Reason the Scratcher. Sand Artist, welcome. Good evening all. Tubeway and Dynamite. Yes. Yeah, so I want to get the tubeways going. What are we short on? Ooh, we have no gears. We have 0 gears. Let's see. I think I want another gear workshop. But this requires 250 power. So we'll need to have an engine over here. Basically either way. So what we should do is get... We can do the wood workshop over here. We can do a gear workshop over here. Could we do 2 and then an engine behind it? Or I guess we could go to the front also. We could do... Let's see. Do you want to do this and then have a path going over? Something like this. And then we can fit in an engine back here. We could even go back one more. Oh no, that might not work. Well, oh, it has to be right here. Okay. We'll do that. Lowest priority. I'm probably going to rearrange some of this down the road. So if I want to rearrange down the road, why don't I just do it now? I think I should. Okay. Let's pause this. We're going to do the wood workshop next to it, and then we'll have 350 science, assuming that we place this in. This is 120 times 2, 240, so we'll have basically 100 science left. And then, what if we just did a third one? There's like, this is where we have a bunch of gear workshops. So how do we want to fit 3 gear workshops over here? This is 4 deep. Two side by side. We'll probably do this. Remove this whole thing. Remove that. We can rotate this. And then we'll add gear workshop, and then we can even just move the path over one. And then, yeah, get rid of that. Then we'll add in one more gear workshop. And then we'll have to remove this one soybean, which is totally fine. So let's prioritize this and then make these ones a little bit lower because we don't really need them yet. This is also lower. And then we'll have to connect all these in with paths. Move that. Okay. I feel way better about that. Sanders, you're asking if anyone plays the game while watching. Yeah, it'd be cool if you could make Timberborn like multiplayer somehow. Not exactly what you're saying, but I think that is probably, in my eyes, like the main downside is that there's no way for you to like play with your friends, other than like if you're, you know, playing on your own, but like just talking while you do it. So we have Gear Workshop. What we can do, which, since we have so many Gear Workshops, instead of having them all prioritized by haulers, we'll just get one industrial pile, or a few, and then we'll place them down right here. This one will be set to planks, prioritize this by haulers, set it to obtain. Bump that up just a little bit, get that done. This one will be set to metal blocks. Also looks like we are maxed out on metal blocks at the moment. Or just about. Okay, maybe we do need some more gears. We'll bump that up a little bit. Deshaun says you wouldn't be able to focus on both, which is totally fair. I feel like you'd have to just like listen, but even then, at that point you're like probably not even comprehending, you know, what I'd be saying. But we got these guys who are Dunzo. We're pretty balanced on jobs, which I don't want. I want to make sure we have a few, that is the wrong category. Make sure we have a few jobs that are always vacant, because those vacant jobs are just miscellaneous ones throughout the colony. But now it's down to 8 vacant jobs that we can have without impacting basically production. And that's these 6 inventor sets, and then I think a couple lumberjack flags throughout the colony. They are almost done with this. We're getting gears. So we're not producing enough power now. Oh, yeah, but they're working on this. Yeah, so we have that. So they should be able to get the gears up and running hopefully fairly quickly. And then let's set a small warehouse right here and set it to gears. And so if we have set to obtain, then haulers would bring it here. If we set it to supply goods to other warehouses. So I think that makes sense, because then they'll just place it in here and then they'll go somewhere else. Yeah, how would you even do multiplayer on this game? Because, like, you don't see... Like, from my perspective, I can see everything. But, like, if I was looking at someone playing the game via the game, you wouldn't, like, see a camera just floating in the air, would you? And then, like, are we on the same map? Yeah, I don't even know how you do a city builder multiplayer. So we're going up in science. We're almost at, well, we're on cycle 5. So bad tide could be coming very soon. So what we will need to do is get the wood workshop going. 800 science. We're working on it. So we'll get there soon. El Trollo, you said PvP stealing each other's water or sending bad water to the other? That'd be nuts. You just had like, one is the folktails, one is the iron teeth, and then take each other's resources. What if you had it where you basically had, you had a map that was mirrored in half, you could only build on one side, but you could see your opponent, and one of you was the iron teeth and one of you was the folktails. And then your goal is to like get, 200 beavers or 400 beavers, but you also need to build the monuments. That would be cool. So basically like a race to getting the monuments. And I think the only downside is that you basically need to make it something that you could realistically do between like 30 and 60 minutes, because most people probably wouldn't want to play a game that is going to take them, like 4 hours, like a 1v1 that's 4 hours long. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. Especially if you utilize the fact that you have the Iron Teeth versus the Folktails, and you could basically like, maybe you when you start a PvP match, you say, okay, I want to play as the Folktails this time, and then they pair you up against someone who wanted to play as the Iron Teeth, versus like just being assigned to one. See, Jayshawn said probably have to introduce a combat system. Man, that would be that'd be intense. I don't even know how how that'd be incorporated into Timberborn. And Jayshawn or Sand Artist, you said you could join as a contributor of your friend, but you wouldn't get your own progress. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like you wouldn't really want to build stuff for someone else exactly, because whole point of Timberborn is you create the world that you want. So like if you're doing something and you have an idea and your friend's like, oh no, that doesn't make sense, let's get rid of it, then that wouldn't be great. But we did hit 800 science, so we can unlock the wood workshop and get that place down. And then we'll do something similar for him. Well, actually, we have planks over here. But we don't have any at the moment. We might need to have another another small industrial pile. Set that to obtain and planks. And then let's just, oh, no, I just want to do this, duplicate, and then we'll switch. Oh shoot, I don't even want that. Actually, we can leave that. Supply, treated planks, storage, small warehouse, pine resin. Oh, I have this, but I don't even have the frickin' pine resin for it. So Tapper Shack is 500, about 200 science away. Sanders, you said the act of playing with a friend and getting camaraderie would be the goal. Game would just be the platform. Not a huge PvP fan. Yeah, I feel like PvP in Timberborn doesn't make sense. Which, don't get me wrong, I have played a lot of PvP games. And one of my favorites growing up, like Call of Duty. I played that so much on my 360 growing up. But it's just different. And since college, I think I've started enjoying city builders a lot more. So, because anytime I go and play Call of Duty, it seems like there's just someone who's really good, and I'm just like trying to play casually. Now I'm just thinking about 1v1s in Timberborn. I feel like it'd be pretty cool if you had like a mirrored map, and then Folktails on one side, Iron Teeth on the other side, and it's just a race. I don't know exactly what the goals would be, but like I think probably getting at least, you know, maybe 1 or 2 monuments, and then X amount of beavers maybe, and X amount of food, something like that. You know, it'd be even. If you wanted to introduce a little bit of messing with your opponent, is you could have like one water source start on your side, but it leads to the other person. Ooh, now that would be cool. So I guess it wouldn't be like mirrored exactly, but it could be like mirrored rotationally. So like if a water source that was like really far away from where you would start on like on my side of the map, it leads to their side of the map, and it's like really easily accessible water. So realistically they have access to that for a while, but as soon as I'm able to get over there, I can, you know, block it off and use it for myself. So they need to make sure they can get access to water that's farther away. I think there's potential there. Jay Shawnee said the game is relaxing. I agree. I don't think 1v1s, those wouldn't be relaxing. Those would be something else. But we hit 500 science, and that means Tapper Shack. Let's prioritize that. Looks like he's sitting around. We can pause him for now because he can't do anything. We are still short on gears, but I think that a lot of those went into the wood workshop, and then also this number cruncher. And I think so we're going to be getting the impermeable or the irrigation barriers. I want to place those over here. And then I don't think we need them anywhere else at the moment. There's... Ooh, these are aquifers? And then we have relic. Okay, that is what it's called. Okay, so there's 2 aquifers over here. And then... Uh-oh. Bad water source. Unfortunately, that is going to fill this up. I was getting pretty excited seeing that there's 2 aquifers, and this could be all water. And so there's going to be bad water flowing through here very soon. Well, that is good to know. So that's going to be impacting the green space over here. So let's see. For the iron teeth, we just have the bad water discharge. And that's it. How are we doing on water? 1260. Our population's... Oh my gosh, we have 10 babies. Okay. I gotta focus on water storage. I want a good long-term solution. We're at day 7. Okay, the bad water source, I just looked at that one. We're going to slow down to single speed for just a little bit. So, Jishani said if I had dynamite, I could divert it. You are definitely correct. Wait. Oh, if I just dynamite it over here. Ooh, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, we're not too far away from that. So that would not be too difficult to get to. But in terms of water, I want to get one of these larger tanks. 600 science. We're going to unlock that really soon. We need gears. So we're going to focus on that. Treat on planks themselves. Working on that. Ooh, we're pretty much maxed out on metal blocks. Let's get some storage for them. We'll switch this. No. We'll do. Trying to think of the best way to do this. I don't think I picked the optimum design. We'll go like that. And then we'll do this. Right here and here, we're going to get a spiral staircase when we have that unlocked. And then we'll have this set to... Yeah, they're building that immediately. Logs we're doing fine. I guess we do scrap metal, but we don't need that at the moment, so that's okay. Oh, but they're maxed out over here. We can do a spiral staircase over here. Oh, but we have some pine resin. Let's get this guy going. Okay, he should have all the stuff he needs. Pine resin, obtain goods, prioritize. Prioritize. Okay. So, what was I doing? Science. It was not this. I know I said the spiral staircases. There's something else. Guys, help me out. What was I talking about? I can get rid of the research huts and build hauler and builder huts. We have a lot of these. I'm going to leave them for now because they're all low priority. Probably shouldn't get another hauling post. I'm not building a whole lot at the moment. I will need builder's huts soon. So let's get rid of 3. And then we're in the wrong thing. Start with the hauling post. We get a builder's hut. And then this will be a low priority job. We'll leave it at 5 for now. We'll leave this one. And then all these will be low. Oh, it was water. I need to get water storage. Okay, so I want to get some 3x3 water storages. What can I do that is efficient? We still have just a bajillion mangrove fruit, so we don't need to worry about getting rid of some. So if we have... How do I want to do this? We have access to obviously pump the water. I think we did a 3x3 facing this direction and then another one facing this direction. That would make sense. Three by three, 3x3. Start with that. Get rid of these two. Storage. Oh, do we have enough? Yeah, we have enough. Right here. I'll have the next one be right here. This will be set to water. And then we'll do this next one, which means we'll have a path going along here, and we'll have some water pumpers. Actually, we're going to do this. And we're not even going to do that. We're going to rotate it. And then we'll have the path going along here. You'll set it to water and then pop it up on the priority list. And we can mark all these because we have 3, have 1. And then we want to get rid of these a little bit quickly. I can start working on water reservoir, bad water diversion at ancient water drill. Yes, I am going to do that. I think first I need to get this water situation sorted. And I can speed it up a little bit now. Yeah, because our population is going up where we have 69 adults and 8 kids. So 77 occupied beds. And we will continue. I probably need another barracks. Let's just toss a quick barracks in right here. Well, make sure we have enough water storage and pumping capacity. And we haven't run out of water so far, but the droughts will keep getting longer, and as we get more beavers, I want to make sure we have enough. So we can build in this direction. Oh, we need to demolish one more row of these. And then we'll go like this. We'll need to remove this one. We're also going to remove at least those ones. So this will be the path. We should really maximize the path that we use. So I'll want to have we're going to do a 3x3 and a 3x3. Maybe do it slightly differently. So the path is over here. And then we remove these as well. And then we'll have water pumper. Here and here. And then do the same on this side, here and here. I think that'll work. Okay, we have 11 vacant jobs. This is, I'll go from, and even the lowest, these are not. So there's 6. What in the world? Other jobs are low. Hauling post, that's 5, and then 9 inventors huts. And then let's bump those up just a little bit. We probably want to keep some beavers in there. This is okay to be. So if you go from, these are the lowest right now. If you go up to this, then I think that it would, well, I thought I'd keep it at 3. I'll probably pulled someone from one of these jobs. Jay-Sean, you're heading out. Good to see you. Hope to see you on the next one. Oh, we're running low on planks. Let's unpause this. We have so much wood we can afford to keep some beavers in there. Okay, we have a lot going on. We still have some water storage that we can fill up for now, so we'll hold off on demolishing these until... Oh, they just finished this. Okay. So now we can demolish those. And then we'll get another one. And place that. I keep forgetting to use the copy tool. Copy the settings at least. Okay, we are very low on planks now. Let's make sure these prioritize by haulers. Copy the settings over there. We're using a lot of the planks now for gears and then also for the treated planks. Ooh, we probably need more. We're operating at 95% efficiency. This is, yeah, similar. We're at like, you know, basically 100%. So we need some more, power. I do want to connect these in. Maybe just get it. Oh, this is a steam engine? Oh, okay. And then we have the geothermal engine. That makes sense. So if we add this in, probably want to put it right here. And then we could, let's do that. And then we can get another wood workshop right here. Okay, who do we have left watching? Sand artist, I assume you're here. You normally say goodbye if you hop out. There's only a few people left though, but I'm gonna keep going. How far into this are we? We are... For some reason I'm not seeing the time. Let's go to Streamlabs. We're almost 2 hours in. It's pretty good amount of time. There we go. Okay, we got a few more people who joined. So they are going to do their best to work on this. We really do want them to hopefully finish these. Thankfully there's no planks required for this. But yeah, production is now, we got to get in full swing. Oh yeah, what's our treated plank storage? Okay, we can store 200. That's good. 769. Okay. Realistically, I think I need to remove not all that, just all this, so I can get the irrigation barriers unlocked, and then we'll place it down like so. So this is an interesting shape also. They probably make that intentionally so you can't, you know, do a super small grid around this. But what we're gonna do if you flood this thing, is that okay? Oh, also... Well, they kind of made it difficult to try and pump stuff higher than this level. Okay. Have I thought about expanding my oak forest? Right now we have all this. We're doing good on wood, but we have not had a bunch of these waiting to be grown up. Waiting to be chopped down, I should say. So we could go up here, but this is all going to be contaminated soon. We have a bad water pool over here. We could go up here. I probably should plant some more oak trees, because knowing me, I'm going to run out of wood. Trying to think of the best spot. This one is not a bad idea. We could go over here. Ooh, we have an aquifer. And let's look into that. Water, 400 science, 400 HP. That seems reasonable. I like that a lot. We're gonna do this. Unlock this. We'll go right here. And then power. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Unlock the vertical power shaft. And then we'll go along this way. So Sand Artist, what have you been up to today? Today's Saturday. You were in Pennsylvania, and it's kind of early November. Is it starting to snow? Because I know there's a cold front coming through. There's a little gap over there. Can use the water for power. Ooh, that's smart. I didn't even think about that. Oh, but apparently we have to worry about these things producing bad water. So I think it was Jay Sean was saying that this one, even when we turn it off, it's gonna spawn bad water. So that is not great. Snow's coming in a couple days. You're watching your daughter and working on your car. Need new brakes. Brakes are not the hardest thing to change. I've only changed my brakes once and my wife's once. Yeah, it's gonna get cold here soon. I think the cold front hits us on Monday, and I have a company golf tournament on Monday, so it's going to be like 40 degrees in golfing, so that's going to be fun. Let's extend that over here, and then, my goodness, all the way over here. And I guess for now what we can do is get, I mean, really we just want it to be okay. I'm gonna actually do this. We're gonna remove 3. No, we'll just do it like this. It's kind of weird when it's like the weird angles. At some point I'll get some dynamite and blow this up, but leave it like that. Then we can get some water wheels in there. And these are like super low priority. We don't we are not even focused on these. But they are doing this. Oh my gosh, water is so low. Holy cannoli. I forgot to replace the water pumps. Okay. Let's do this. We need to get a water pump. Right here. We want one right here. If we have enough water storage, we can remove this. Mark the resources to be removed. Don't need either of these. And then we can get one more. Oh, that's already placed down. Let's assign priority to getting all of those removed. And then getting these placed down. You had the problem with floodgates when you were playing this last week? Yeah, it's a weird... Yeah, I don't really like it when they have those like corners, but... Because then it's like, if I placed a levee here, then it's a single wide tile that trying to shove stuff through. Oh no. Oh no. Bad tide. Well, at least they got the irrigation barriers down. Yeah, I'm in trouble. We have this figured out, but now let's get some water pumpers. Bump that up. Assign priority. And then these are both highest. We're going to prioritize these by haulers, at least for now. We have plenty of water storage. We just don't have any water pumping capacity at the moment. Gosh. Thankfully the bad tide's only going to be like a day long. So at least we know it's going to be over quickly. So what I want to do with this, I don't think I can do. So instead I'm going to do something slightly different. It's going to be similar. And let's also make sure it works. That should be fine. So I'm going to have there be two tracks. One is going to be bad water and it's going to go this direction, go across. And then I have sluices over here. And that will prevent the bad water from going backwards. That should help. And then we'll get some... I guess we don't really need overhangs. It's just kind of nice. Maybe we'll just stick with regular platforms for now because they're cheaper and it doesn't require as much science. Oh, really? We're going to need to use... Well, we can either use platforms and impermeable floors, or we can use levees. We have a lot of metal. We don't have a lot of planks though. Have I thought about slowing down my breeding a bit to catch up on water? I And if I paused it, it would help a little bit, but not that much at this point. Like, I need to have paused. Well, because I don't want the population to go down. So, even if I paused, I'd save maybe a few babies. And, like, I guess a little bit of water goes in here. But I think since, in a weird way, it's kind of fortunate it's a bad tide because it's going to be so short. You could fit one more right here. We can fit one right here. We don't want that one. Right now we have 6 pumpers. They're all prioritized by hauler, so we'll bump this up to a little bit longer working days. And then I will get some water pumpers over here once we get this whole diversion system sorted out. Oh, but they can't reach these. That makes sense. Running short on treated planks. And what's this guy short on? Looks like he has all he needs. He's just like, I guess he's just really busy. You mean about the population, but I answered your question. Yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah, we need to, I think, get more beavers. So. And I was starting to solve the water issue, but then I paused partway through solving it and then made it worse. So. But yeah, we'll need to get some more. We need to get some more water pumpers. We can fit another one over here. Because I would like to have the path go across and then connect in. Is that right? I think I do. So what I can actually do, which I'm not going to do, I'm not going to build it quite yet, but I'll move this guy down one. So we'll have him here. We'll fit another water pumper here. This path will go across. Give these guys access to these, or at least this water storage to fill up really easily. We'll have another water storage here. That should be good. We have 17 vacant jobs. That is a lot. Let's pause this. And pause this. Look at that. They are making good progress. Oh, I hope that this doesn't spawn bad water, even with no power. We'll see how it goes. I'll pause this for now, because if it does that, it's going to be ugly. We don't have any decontamination pods yet. Okay, they're thirsty, but we have water that we're pumping. We can always get another water pumper. Right here. We also, oh, what the heck? We have so much water over here. Let's just collect this. Okay, we have 520 water right now. When we collect it all, I want to see what we get up to. Oh, I guess we paused one of the hauling posts. We need to get science. We have 1,000. We're not doing too bad right now. But this is a moment of truth. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll start right here because we know that this guy... Oh my goodness. You know, he's getting power. This one over here is paused. See how it goes. Oh, I didn't do contamination barriers over here. Oh no. Okay. There's no bad water effects spreading. This one. And this one. Look at that. So even there's no power. Bad water. Oh no. Don't tell me they're going over here. We're pausing all those. Okay, so bad water comes out through the aquifer drills. And it's coming out through here. Even if we paused it, it wouldn't matter. But it looks like there is no contamination coming out through here. That's, we might just be lucky with that. I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to get some irrigation barriers placed down all around here. And then we'll get them placed over here after they have placed these ones. We have 1.2 thousand 1.2 thousand water, so we're doing fantastic. We can remove that. We can bump that up on the priority list. Okay, now I will not forget to place down these water pumpers. And then we have one more storage we want to get placed over here. Always like this. Sayonara's on your current playthrough, you're speeding through it too fast and got a whole bunch of beavers sick. Didn't have Pines plan to do any of that infrastructure. I think the colony died. That is rough. Yeah, the first one I ever played, I didn't like understand the concept of the forester somehow, and so I chopped down all the trees, but I didn't have enough to build a forester, and then I ran out of wood because I couldn't get access to any more, and so that one ended pretty quickly. And cycle 6 begins. Ooh, the only thing is, so now water is not going to come out through here because this is like contaminated. Interesting. So what I think we'll need to do, how do you want to do this? I need a bad water pump right here. And then I'll move the barriers over this way so we have a little area for them to pump. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's just like pause all of these. We don't need... Well, that's... Okay, I'm gonna maybe be dumb. We're gonna open these. So, there is bad water that is flowing out. Did I just contaminate some beavers? Quite possibly. So let's focus on getting some decontamination pods, which unfortunately require extract. And I don't even have bad water yet. Okay, we're gonna get over here one way or another. Oof. Okay, we're 2 hours in. I wanna keep going. Looks like we have Sand Artist, you're still here. We have a couple other people watching. Yeah, I think I want to keep going. I think I need to get something to eat. I have food. We're gonna take a quick intermission. I'm gonna be gone for maybe a minute or two. So, I'll be back in just a minute, guys. Okay, I got possibly the least healthy thing on planet Earth. I got the cinnamon bites from Domino's. I got them earlier. And I had some, because I ran a 5K today. So, I didn't really feel bad about it. You had Jersey Mike's, Sand Artist, steak and cheese hoagies. Sounds good. Okay, so we're on day 1. There's a lot that we need to do. Let's just do like a mental checklist for myself and for all you guys who are watching. So, we want to get bad water. And then we also want to make sure we have the ability to pump this area out without having it set to without needing to manually open it. I want to set to auto normally. And so what we're going to do is remove these two. And then we're going to remove... Wait, hold on. They should be able to reach all this even if I move this path. Let's take a look. We're just short on the materials, and those materials are treated planks, but they can reach it. And so then we can place these down. We'll need a platform. We'll need to unlock the bad water pump, which is 250 science, and we have enough for that. We can place this one right here. And the point of this is really so that we can pump this out. We could, I mean, we'll be able to utilize it during a bad tide because we'll pump bad water. We'll remove that. We'll get rid of that. And then, so can we still reach everything? Looks like it. Ooh, you know what? If we do this, 3x1, 550 science. But you don't even need it to be. Oh wait. Okay. Well, I wanted to. I thought I was being clever. That wouldn't quite work. Dang it. Because I would like them to be able to walk over here and build it from the top. Maybe you have them do that. And then we place down the bad water pump. Irrigation barrier. We'll place a few of those around here. I'm still moving in so I can cheat a bit. Yeah. Yep, we are, we're making good progress. We got pretty much everything done on the house that we wanted other than finishing putting the carpets in. And we're in the process of doing that. We have most of the carpet cut, not quite all of it. And then we did use some seam tape to seam the carpets, which the first pass did not go well. But the second time was way better. Now we'll need to stretch and trim the carpet. As soon as that is done, then we have pretty much everything done that we need. But we are moving boxes. We started doing that, so yeah, we're gonna be in there in just a few weeks. But so we're working on getting this. I think that we'll let them start building that as they can. Ooh, we have no vacant jobs. Let's do this. Turn these back on because these are definitely priority over these buildings. And then we need to make sure we get access to bad water without relying on this here in the middle. Getting access over here would be great. Maybe more important is diverting the bad water from here. And so we have, oh, they can't, oh, they could reach this one, but not these two. But we'll just get a path going over here. And then we can do this. That is not what I wanted to do. We don't even need it to be that wide, honestly. I think 2 wide would be sufficient. It'll be something like that, but then we can replace maybe 3 of them with the sluices. Hello, Jay Sean, you're back. Santa said I almost had an incident, as RCE says. Yeah, so I guess big picture, what you missed, Jay Sean, is that I almost ran out of water because I was in the process of redoing this whole system and I didn't make enough water pumps. But part of what happened was that when I removed the old water storage, it was just sitting like in rubble. So I actually had it, but it was just not popping up here. So I was frantically trying to make water pumps. And then I had bad water hanging out in here. And as you can see, it is currently open. But I'm going to block it and then make a bad water pump right here so we can pump bad water out. Because this is set to, you know, close if it's above a certain contamination threshold we have, which is 2 right now. The problem is that at the end of a bad tide, the inside is going to be very contaminated, but it's not going to freshen up and then open up to allow water to flow through, and so the water levels will keep dropping here. So, no, it's a lot, but big picture, we're going to get a bad water pump here, and we have enough water storage. We're going to keep increasing the water pumping capacity. And we should probably focus on well-being also. There's a million things I want to focus on. We're doing good on beavers. we only have 7 children. I think we're pretty much at replacement now. Unless we focus on well-being a little bit more. And oh, we also bumped the working hours up to 18. That did not help their well-being. Campfire and rooftop terrace is okay. Lantern is okay. Scratcher is abysmal. Let's do with the well-being. Let's make it a little bit faster also. Let's get some more scratchers right now since those are relatively cheap to make. We are running short on wood now. We have a few of these steam engines. We're doing really good on pine resin, so I think that at least for now we need to... Oh, that's what we'll do. They are not collecting any of these over here. That's the wrong thing. Cut trees, that's what I want to do. We'll mark these trees to be chopped down because they're not... Bruce not being picked by them. So we'll do that. We'll leave the pine trees for now so we can keep collecting pine resin even though we're doing really good on that. I see Jishan who said JC the beard put a water drip onto the source during bad tide to keep it from filling with bad water. Oh, that's smart. You just fill it up. See, that is smart. Oh, they can't. Okay, they can reach it. We need logs. Let's collect these. You can reach these, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll get a bad water pump in here since we're going to be... Like, there's going to be bad water in here anyways. We might as well collect it while we have access to it. We are going to try and get access to this over here. So we have the sluices. We'll need to definitely... Oh, we need dynamite if we want to do this. So we'll finish this. We'll extend it over here. And then we'll blow this all up. And then we'll have these. We're not going to do wood. Instead, we're going to use platforms and go across. I guess we'll need to go one more wide. And then we can put the levees on the side here. And then we can impermeable floors 200. Only one metal. And now we are looking down the barrel of a wood shortage. And Sand Artist, you... Oh, I see you guys said some stuff. Oh, we got Das Fran. Big Franny caught a live stream. Oh, you're glad you caught the live stream. Yes, longer life and the viewers work harder. Yeah. And then Sand Artist, you said don't forget the area you prepped for the new aquifer. Oh yeah, that's probably something I should... Oh yeah, because I want to do trees over here. And then Jay Sean, you said need bad water for dynamite. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay, so we need to go over here anyways. If we could prioritize one of these. Then we can get over here. We can start pumping bad water. Is this the most efficient way that we can do? Wait, I don't even need to go up here. Hold up. I'm being dumb. That's all normal. We have bad water right here. We've unlocked it. Let's just pump some. Keep it simple. Storage. Let's do a medium tank. And then we want these to be up in priority a little bit. We have enough power over here. We have basically double what we need. This would be a great spot to squeeze in an explosives factory. 400 science, we have plenty. And then we'll get a staircase. What are the odds we trap a beaver doing this? Probably pretty high. 350 science, requires treated planks. I want to do that so bad, but we don't have many treated planks, unfortunately. This guy is, man, 14 beavers. Yeah, I think we're pretty much at population maintenance. So let's get some more breeding pods placed down. We have this area over here that, how are we doing on berries? We're doing good on berries. 143. This guy is picking all the berries he can. I don't want to remove them quite yet. Oh, let's unpause these. Okay, so Jay Sean. Pat, the warehouse is broken. Yes, I don't have the spiral staircase up here yet. We don't really need to. Like, we're doing good on scrap metal, so it, well, that would be the case for getting more. We can pause this guy for now. Let's lower this and lower this, and then unpause this. Metal blocks are fine. What we're short on. So let's bring these up to normal. So now I have I have the problem of I want to build a million things. And we're having a wood shortage. These are going to be, not that, we have it close above contamination. We'll set it to 2%. Copy settings to this guy. And so we're collecting bad water, that's good. For trees, they're building that. Let's unpause this. Let's get a forester over here. And then let's start planting some trees. What do we want to do? Because we need to have a system, a diversion system for contamination with this thing. Because, Jay-Sean, as I suspected you were right. Need bad water for dynamite, path to warehouse. What happened to all the wood? Yeah, I had a lot when you left, and then I don't exactly know where it all went, to be quite honest. Like, we built a lot. We made a lot of treated planks, or sorry, a lot of planks. I think as our production has been going pretty hard. But as I was saying, so Yeah, the aquifer drill and the ancient aquifer drill, excuse me, both of those started spawning bad water during the bad tide. So this one here is the one I'm a little bit worried about, because this one I think it will be manageable, because we'll just like spit it over here into this bad water pool. I'll get some contamination barriers thrown up. It'll be fine. But this one, like, where do you put the bad water? This whole thing, I want it to be irrigated, but then we're going to get the bad water going through here. If we use dynamite, then I guess we just have this half be irrigated with water, and then bad water goes on this side. We could go under, but that would require tunnels and dynamite, and not quite there yet. We do have bad water. And then we have this. I think we need to get dynamite. I think that's probably something we need to focus on. Too many engines, maybe? Yes, that is definitely contributing to it. We have a few engines that are going. Look at that. We got water. Okay, let's get some trees planted. We're going to do birch trees over here because it's right next to the dangerous bad water. And then we can do some oak trees a little bit farther away. My hope is by the time we like a bad water or a bad tide comes through, we will have figured out how to divert the bad water. Maybe hold off on the other source, build a reservoir on the first source. Too late. Yeah, we have all this. I think I'm going to lower this all on the priority list because I'm not too worried about it, because we don't have anything that is, nothing's dependent on the water over here. Oh, but what we do need to do is just have these set to open because we don't have the diversion system set up yet. And if we had those closed, then it's just going to flood bad water everywhere, which would be way worse. So we should have the explosives factory. Okay, he definitely should have. Is he getting bad water brought to him? Because we have some over there. What's he doing? Yep, they're bringing it to him. And now we need to get storage. And we can get storage all right. Okay. We are going to 1.9 thousand science. Let's get these spiral staircases unlocked. I want to use them. We'll get one there, and then I want to get one over here. I think that was it. I was meaning to connect this in. That was in the last episode, I think. Looks like we have a couple more new people in the stream. Welcome. Be sure to say hi. Lots of friendly folks here. I know Sanders, you played a bit. Jay Sean, you seem like you played a bit. I don't know how often you play, but you seem like you know what you're talking about. And then Dasafran. I saw you said something. Sanders, you said if you want to stop an engine, you could always pause a number cruncher and go back to inventors' huts as labor allows. Could we rely on beaver science? We have 11 vacant jobs. Most of them are the inventors' huts. Oh yeah, I never added any more bad water source. I never added any breeding pods under housing. We're gonna place some, would be a good spot. I think for now we'll just place them right along here. Maybe right along here. We'll do that. We're just gonna do 3 more. Food, we're doing great. Oh my goodness. Fermented cassavas, we were maxed out. Kohlrabi, we're pretty much maxed out. We'll need to start switching some of these buildings to, or I guess we can switch and add buildings over here. Only downside is that we don't have a lot of wood, so we need to be careful when making the storages. There's only 15, this is 60. This is more intense in planks, relatively speaking. I think it's probably worth getting one of these. We'll do one. We'll switch this one to kohlrabi, and then we'll move some kohlrabi around. Good. Sanders, you said I could pause the engine feeding the ancient aquifer since there's currently no use for that water source to be running. Yeah, I guess the way that I'd have to do it, because even if I pause this one, like, this is still drawing power because it's connected to this system. So really it would be disconnect this and then have this run slightly inefficiently. You get your 1 wood back. Yeah, that is true. We're not using the water here. So I guess might as well dismantle that for now. So this is running at 80% efficiency, which is totally fine. We're doing good on science. We're getting some trees planted over here. And what is this grid? Oh, what I need to do... Wait, why is this... Oh, I'm out of power. Let's do that. Well, I guess we don't even need to have power constantly. But what we do need to do is replace... We need to get rid of this. And then build around here. And they're basically going to do what we have in the other location, which is make some sluices. Do we do 2 or 3? I think we'll do 3. And then we'll get some dynamite over here. Basically just try and make it so we don't have... Okay, I need to do a little bit of rearranging. And then we can do 2 right here. Oh, those are facing different directions. I do not like that. Of course they placed wood down already. Too efficient. Yeah, so we just want to minimize the space that bad water is going to take up, and then also allow for a larger area of the water outside of that, so that we can continue to irrigate all this, you know, all the green space. We have a few more people who joined the stream, it looks like. Das Fran, you said enjoy watching, haven't taken a plunge into playing it yet. Wonder if pausing engine to stop bad water from well. Yeah, so during the bad tide, the water seep was producing bad water, and then even if there wasn't power, the drills produce bad water. So this one was running and the bad water's coming out. This one was not even, I think, hooked up to power yet. We just had the drill and then bad water started coming out of it. So unfortunately there's no way around just like pausing a drill to prevent bad water from getting in, or from coming out, I should say. So that was unfortunate. And let's prioritize that. So that means you need to build a diversion system. And so for now, this seems like the best option. I think doing... Really it'd be good to do like an... There's probably somewhere you could do some cool underground system. But... yeah, we're going to start with this. We just want to have these set to auto, or just have set to open for now. As we get some dynamite, which we were maxed out on, and I was trying to get some storage set up, but then I got distracted. Which is kind of a common theme. Let's do this. I think I was intentional about this, so we can place this here, and then we can get a spiral staircase if we do that, and then we can get another row and get some more warehouses over here. We do have this set to kohlrabi. We don't have kohlrabi over here. Let's see. Is there kohlrabi over here? I am not seeing any, which is totally fine. We don't need to worry about switching that, but what we do want to do is set that up. And then we do want to super high prioritize these and make sure this is set to dynamite. Because now we're not producing any dynamite. At least what we could do, unlock this, place a few down, also high prioritize these. That way we can just like at least have him keep working. Because he is sitting around. Yeah, so they're grabbing it so he can continue working. And something else I want to do is get a spiral staircase right here. And then we'll have a path right here, and then we can have either some sort of storage, or maybe we get another oil press that we place right here. We can actually utilize this space. Jay Sean, you said dynamite storage. Yes, sir. Don't forget bad water power. Bad water power. Oh, utilizing bad water for a power source. Yeah, we can utilize it going across here. Just get a bunch of these compact water wheels. We can also utilize the water coming through here and this bad water. Jay Sean, I'm glad you're back. And then we were going to use some of this power as well. But also, I want to get bad water collection set up right here. We are still missing treated planks. We have so many coffee beans. We can get a coffee brewery going. 200 HP. That is a decent amount. Water wheel, yep. So where do we want to utilize power? 1.7 thousand science. We're doing pretty good. We're growing some trees over here. Before we go too much farther, two-boy station. 20 metal. We have 140. 20 gears. We have... Are we maxed out on gears? Just about. Gear storage. Let's switch that up. Oh, we're short on treated planks. Okay, good thing they made this one at least. So what is this guy? He's just super important, I guess. I mean, he should have all the materials. I guess we could just bring them to him. Make it a little bit more efficient. So Dasafran, do you have Timberborn, or do you have it and like you're just waiting, or you don't have it yet? Because if you don't have it, it's, I mean, if you buy it, you will spend a lot of time playing it. So, but it's a lot of fun. Because as you can see, this is how I'm doing it. But you might play through the same map and be like, you know what? I want to do it this way instead. And it's very fun how creative you can be. Oh my gosh, we have 6 planks. Or 6 pieces of wood. We're going to pause this lumber mill. We have so many gears. I was temporarily trying to use or make a lot of gears, but now we have way too many. I'll pause 3 of them. We have trees. They have cut all these down. We are just about maxed out on pine resin, so we're going to start chopping some of these down. Look at this sneaky little oak in the corner. We're going to go like this and then unmark the paths. We have a spot where we can plant a tree. We have the dynamite over here. This is disconnected. You do not have it. You have 2 kids, so no time to play. Burning through the logs. Maybe slow down planks. Yep. Bingo. And then Jay Shawnee said you don't need many pines for resin. Yeah, you're probably right. I could probably replace some of these with oak trees. And this is honestly the perfect time. And then we can even reduce some of these, more in the future if we need to. Okay, this guy's doing nothing. Yeah, having kids, if you want to play Timberborn, I mean, typically you probably want to play for, I don't know, I feel like half an hour is like a good amount of time. You can do it for less, but when you start doing something, you want to just keep going. But yeah, there's yeah, RCE was the first YouTuber who I saw play this game. I feel like he was the first person that a lot of people saw playing this game. And then, I don't know if any of you guys have had a chance to see Barthak. Why is everyone hungry and thirsty? Oh, because they're walking a million miles. But Barthak, I don't think he's active anymore, unfortunately. But I feel like he did pretty much like the first mega builds, and he did a few that were just incredible. I think technically speaking, they were probably some of the most impressive ones. Sand artist, you said your kid is older, so you have plenty of time. Nice. Yeah, Timberborn will eat up a lot of your time if you let it. Yeah, we don't really need to have this going. We have water in here, but it doesn't need to be flowing that much. Also, I get to check out Skystorm. I did not. I was thinking about it, and then I went to his channel, I think, but then something else came up. So, but yes, I do still want to check out his stuff. I watched a little bit of JC the Beard, but I've been, you know, as you know, I've been moving, so I haven't had a whole lot of free time. So, but yeah, there's plenty of YouTubers who do Timberborn that are quite interesting. We have lots of trees being planted. Do we need to do irrigation barriers around this? Let's get those logs while we can. I mean, if we have irrigation barriers around here, then we probably should do it over here as well. And then let's also do explosives. Do we want it to go right there though? That's the thing. We probably want it to like hug the wall so that way the contamination is as minimal as possible. We'll go all along here. Okay, heading out, Sand Artist. Thanks for watching. Always good to have you here. See the next one. Jay Sean, you said you watch Sky. He builds massive stuff. Yes, I have seen some of his his massive creations. I haven't watched through like full episodes. He has pretty long ones. And then whenever I pop in, it's, you know, he's been doing his playthrough for months, it seems like, so it seems like it is super advanced, and you know, it's a lot to jump into at once. Treated planks are definitely the linchpin right now. We have so many planks though. In fact, we're maxed out. Is this guy sitting around? Yes, he is. Let's reduce that to 1. Even that guy's sitting around. Maxed out on gears. I don't feel like I really want to pause gears. We can do, since we have some... Oh. We can get some platforms placed up here. And then let's get a medium warehouse. We'll have this one set to gears. This will almost be done. This will kind of be irrelevant, but might as well give them another option to go up top. Okay, wait, are we in a drought? No, we have a drought coming up. How are we doing on water? 2.8 thousand. We're doing fine. How long am I going to play tonight? I'm probably going to do another... Maybe I'll get through the next drought, and then I'll call it a night. So, yeah, it is almost 8 o'clock where I am from. East Coast. But, yeah, I want to do a little bit longer stream tonight. Because I know that I put a poll out, and you guys seem to show interest in watching later in the evening, so I want to try that out. Or we can pause this and then copy the settings to all of them. And I guess we don't even need him working, really. So yeah, that'll probably be another 10, maybe 15 minutes. So. Yeah, water and bad water doing good. Food is fantastic. Resources, we're actually not doing too bad. We have some more wood. Chop down a bunch of these trees over here. And we need to plant some more. 6.9 days long in the drought. 7-day drought, that's not too bad. I mean, it is kind of long, but it's not hard mode. I haven't played hard mode, I think, since my Let's Play series. Which one did I even do that on? I'll have to check after this. Timberborn hard mode. I'm blanking on what map I did it on. So theoretically bad water shouldn't come through here, but it definitely will. But for now I think we can do this. Gets a little ridiculous on hard. Yeah, 30-day droughts are just nuts. Like at that point you only have like maybe 6 days to pump water. So you have to have just massive water pumping stations and then pump a ridiculous amount and fill it all the storages up. Oh yeah, we had coffee we wanted to focus on. I am all over the place tonight, it seems. There's a lot to keep track of. We have plenty of extra power over here, but we also paused 3 of the gear workshops. Keyword. I think we have enough power. Because we have... We'll have to take a look in the morning. Oh yeah, I want to get tubes. 2.9 thousand. Let's just go for it. We have plenty of planks and gears at the moment. Metal blocks are doing good. Did they make that more expensive? Maybe they did. Planks and metal blocks. 500 science. And then 600 science. Maybe connect power network and build bad water power. Yeah, I should definitely utilize bad water power. So we have, realistically, over here, connect that into this maybe? That's an option. We're going to have some water wheels over here that I'll build. Same over here. There are lots of places to build water wheels. There's some over here which are not quite as easy to get to. And this one, Yeah, I think that what I want to focus on right now is getting these tube stations to help move people around, or move beavers around. So, conveniently, I left a little spot here, and that was not intentional. But this would be a good spot. I think I need to get the tube. I think I need to get some vertical tubeway set up first. And then water will go under here because if I have the tubes, I guess, under here, then it would. Well, we can go on this side and then go around here. So let's do that. We're going to get some dynamite and bump it up on the priority list. And then we have the district center right here, so disconnecting this will be not good. The workaround is that we can temporarily disconnect this, have them go around here, and then we can demolish this, disconnect these ones. We'll do that. You don't need to do it at night though. Five days left. Our well-being has not gone up that much. We're still at 13, 12. We have a lot of science, so let's get the exercise plaza unlocked. We have so much space. We can place this down. Yeah, it seems like a good spot. I'm going to move it slightly. Move it right here. Nah, I was right the first time. Right here, we can have a path go behind if needed, and we can put some decorations either on this side or behind it. So let's get a lantern in the middle. And then, do you want to do either of these? We'll get a bush. That is cheap. Keep it symmetrical. Wow, they have really been going to town with the dynamite. Let's lower this on the priority list a little bit. We'll speed it up a little bit as well. You can put well-being at the heavy traffic pathway on top. It will touch all the beavers. Yes. Yeah, getting like the well-being points next to, yeah, all those paths. Like this would be a good spot to get something placed down. Do a little bush right here. I'd love to get some stuff placed here, but it's kind of inconvenient to get to. Let's get the vertical tubeway, and then we can place the tube station here. And then what we're going to do is remove this, place a path right here. I guess we don't need that quite yet. We'll do this. We'll get some dynamite here, high prioritize it. And then we should also do this. We're going to remove this bump this up. And we also want to high prioritize these. Then we can detonate these after they, place them down. We'll get some tubes set up. Okay, a little worried that the beavers are going to walk through, but we're fine. We'll get these placed down. And then we do need to get a path reestablished before we focus on getting dynamite over here. So we can... This can be normal. We don't really need to collect this. Because we'll sever this path right here, and we just need to have beavers still have access to the district center. And so we'll go this direction. Oh, well, being went up. Oh, look at that. They are dancing their tails off. Oh, on top of the path. Yeah, so I could do platforms and then stuff on top of it. I haven't done that before. I've seen people do it, but I haven't done it myself. Do we have a homeless beaver? It looks like it. We might need some more barracks. Well, being's up again. Let's go up. I guess we don't need this one quite yet. Oh, I did want to upgrade some of these houses to larger barracks because we had the footprint for it. We have the logs for it. We're gonna just get rid of that. Unlock it for 400. And then super high prioritize it. Ooh, we are gonna be running low on scrap metal soon. We have some over here. And then this might be what we go for next. And having the tubes will be helpful. But really we want to get the mine. And there's unfortunately not a mine close by. What is the closest one? There's scrap metal. There are no mines close at all. It's kind of nuts how far away all the mines are. That was one. Is this seriously the closest mine? He's sitting around. We have 3 vacant jobs. Or 3 unemployed beavers. So we'll throw them in here. I have a lot of beavers. Yes, I do. Probably... Yeah, what jobs do I want? We have this. We don't... Yeah, I think we can probably pause a couple breeding pods. We're not making bots yet. Oh, we never finished this. Oh my gosh, we were so close. Well, they're just sleeping on the ground. So now, if we disconnect this, we can do the same over here. Ooh. Can we do the same? This might be a little bit of a linchpin. I guess we can connect it in this way. Off that one. And then super high prioritize these. I want to at least get like the groundwork for the tube so we can go out in different directions. So I did kind of want to go above ground and I have to worry about doing this, but it seems like this made the most sense just out of this spot. Good thing I have tube ways. Yeah, tubes are going to help, especially for, yeah, the dynamite. Detonate. Then we can reconnect all this, and then we should be good. Make sure we prioritize it. And then wood's looking better. Yeah, we have it. We have at least some wood now, so that's good. Plus we have, ooh, we have some over here. It's all marked. This guy, oh, we gotta get, how do you want to do this? You know, we'll remove those two. Get another lumberjack flag right here. How are we doing on water? We have good amount, 1.4 thousand. We're going through our bad water a little bit. They're making their way over here. This is going to be a slow and steady process, I feel like. We should probably also connect this in. Oh yeah, so how much power do we have here? 800 is supplied, 570 is demanded. So we have plenty of space. We could get a coffee brewery, 500 science. Requires some treated planks. How are we doing on treated planks? We have one treated plank. Would that be worth the boost that we would get? 1 coffee bean, 1 water, 0.1 wood, 1 hour is 4 coffee. I mean, we have the coffee beans for it. So let's go. Connect that in. And then we can get the coffee right here. Just to make it more efficient. Make sure we have a path going this way. And then I might do a little bit of rearranging here. Might have the path. Do something a little different. Maybe we'll go underground in the future. Place some platforms here. And then have buildings go over top. Get some engines up top here. We have only 0.2 days left. Honestly, we're doing really good. Like, so far the bad tides have not impacted us too much. The water levels are looking low, though. But the water will be coming back here in like 1 beaver hour. So we can unpause this, copy the settings for all of it. Ooh, we got a new well-being high score a while ago. 16. Drought has ended. It's past 8 p.m. I know I said I wanted to finish soon. Yep. We we've been going for just over 3 hours. We finished that drought. Water's returning. There's a lot to do, but I should probably get going. I need to stretch after that 5K. I'm going to be sore tomorrow. But hopefully you all enjoyed today's episode or today's live stream. I need to actually make the thumbnail for the video coming out tomorrow, which will be episode 23 and the finale of the One Pod Challenge. And I haven't touched that series. It's probably been almost a couple months. No, it's been more than that. It might have been July or August. But anyways, so that video is coming out tomorrow. It's a little bit longer of an episode. Hopefully you guys like that. Let me know if you like the longer episodes in tomorrow's video, or if you like a little bit, shorter ones. I think tomorrow's episode's about 30 minutes. Normally I try and hit, 20 minutes per episode. But yeah, anyways, glad you guys were here. And I see you guys are commenting, because there's a little bit of a delay between the stream and you guys. Have a good night. Awesome. Well, everyone, I appreciate you tuning in. I always enjoy talking to you guys. Good to see some familiar faces and some new faces. And I'll probably be live streaming next Saturday, unless something comes up. But until then, hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And have a good week next week. Thanks, everyone.